Welcome to another exclusive interview as part of our Liberty Insight series. Today we're delving into the world of interior design, a crucial aspect when purchasing a luxury property in the Quinta, Lago and Vale Lobo areas. We're joined by renowned interior designer Sofia Andrez as we discuss what you should consider when styling your dream home. Sofia, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much for the invitation. It was a pleasure. We are always careful with the client's expectation. So we always pay attention for everything the client really likes. If the client is suggesting something that we think it will not work, we need to tell the clients. Usually the type of client that comes to us, they know our style, so they know exactly what they will get from us, and we never had any situation where we were doing a project that we were not connected with. And I think we need to feel connected and to feel that we are doing something really special. And it never happened in the past, so hopefully it will not happen in the future. Because I think the soul of the project is the commitment we have with the project. If we don't have a really good commitment, then the result is not the best. So that's the answer. In terms of the value of the property, anything we do, for sure, it will always increase the value of the property, but that's for sure. And the price the client is paying for our services is really short comparing with the increase of the value of the property at the end. But many clients, they don't have that notion before they contact us. After they understand how much input we can put on it. Ideally, we should start working on a project since an early stage. So sometimes even the project is not yet licensed in the municipality and we are already working on it. That's the best way. So we can start working sometimes with the architects. Usually we have good relations with all the architects around. And we can start thinking about all the layouts of the villa, the position of the TVs, position of beds, so all the electricals. And this helps a lot because then the execution project is made already based in our concept and based on our layout. So we start with a briefing with the client to understand exactly what his expectations, what kind of materials, finishes he likes, what is the color scheme, what kind of metals, the colors, if it is shiny, if it is matte, whatever. So it's like a briefing, a really long briefing with the client to understand also the daily use of the house, if they have like pets, if they have dogs, if they have people in the family with difficulties like wheelchairs or whatever. So we go deeply in the process and our design is always made based on that briefing. On that briefing, we also ask important questions like, do you receive lots of people inside, lots of friends? Do you like to socialize? You are a more quiet person? Do you like to read in the bed? Do you want reading lights? What kind of light do you want during the day, during the night? So it's all these questions that we make to the client and that are important that we follow all the expectations and the requirements from the client. On that initial briefing, we always ask the budget available on the table. So we know exactly what is the client expecting to pay for the indoor and the outdoor furniture, and our concept and our choices are made based on that budget. Okay, so if the budget is higher, we can go for higher luxury rugs or higher luxury fabrics. If the budget is not so high, then we need to be careful and we need to go for a medium range or whatever. So we always end up with a quotation to be given to the client based on the budget he gave us at the beginning. Okay, so that's also an important thing. Then along the process, after the briefing, we do a schedule, which we share with the client. The client knows exactly what are we doing, when we finish, what are the phases, and when are the meetings that we need to have with the client. The meetings that we need the client to be here in person are the meetings to choose finishes. So all the building finishes, like imagine the taps, the handles, the kitchen cabinets, the bathroom vanity sinks, the tiles, the wall colors. So these kind of finishes, it's important. He is here so he can try, he can put the hands on it, and he can see the real colors, because it's always difficult via Zoom to understand the real colors and the real textures. Also, another meeting is when we are picking all the furniture finishes. So all the woods, all the metals, all the lacquered colors, all the fabrics, the rugs, the cushions, everything. That's another meeting that it's important. And just 2 meetings are needed in person. We start looking at the layouts from the architect. So we study all the bathroom layouts, kitchen layouts, wardrobes, closets layouts, entry walls. So we go through everything, and we bring alternatives to the client to improve in a functional way all the areas, based also in what the client needs. So there are clients that says, oh, my wife wants to have like 12 doors of the closet and another 12 for me. Okay, in that case we need to increase the closet, but we need to decrease the bedroom. So based on the client's requirements, we study everything and we come with alternatives. Many times, for example, master bedroom, instead of having just 1 shower, why not we can have like 2 showers and a long vanity unit, for example. So things like this that we always like to improve, which increase the price of the house as well. And the clients, many times, they don't realize that when they start working with us. But I think at the middle of the process, they start to realize how much value we have increased because of our suggestions. After the layouts are all agreed, we have a meeting with the client to show all the finishes together. So he sees exactly, for example, in the living room, what's the floor, what's the wall texture, what's the wall color, what's the ceiling texture, if there is texture in the ceiling. So we put everything together, and the client sees in like a kind of drawer, okay, these are the finishes for the living room, these are for the master bedroom, guest bedroom, bathroom, whatever. So it's quite easy, it's an easy process, because the client can see everything together. We don't go with the client to one shop now, another shop there. No, forget. Client comes here, everything is organized, like 2-3 hours, it's more than enough for us to go through everything. And then he can say, okay, I'm not so in love with this finish, can you give an alternative? Many times we have here in stock other alternatives. If not, then we can search later and just send that specific alternative by a picture, email, or whatever. After that, we start working on the concept design itself. So everything related to the furniture, rugs, curtains, wall arts, everything that is movable. So we start doing the concepts. We do a concept board for us internally to see if everything is matching. And we always try to come to the first meeting with the client already with CGIs. So when the client comes for the first meeting, we already have, for the main areas like living, master, bedroom and outdoor area, usually we have already renders, which are much easier for the client to see straight away what's our proposal. And on those renders, you see exactly everything. You see the floor you picked, you see the ceiling plan we did for the curtains, the recess where the air conditioning comes on, where it comes off. So you see everything that in detail it will happen in the house. So on top of that, all the furniture. So it's all related to the building work and then the furniture on top. Client comments, there's some comments, okay, some alterations, okay, we will do a second presentation. On the second presentation, usually we are like 90 or 95% done of the full project. Usually it can happen sometimes a third presentation. It can happen, but usually yes, we are pretty good. We are like a team of 33 people now. So we have capacity to deliver, and we are really focused on what the client wants, what is the briefing from the client. So we are really focused and we are really organized. So it's quite an easy process as soon as we start working on it for everyone, because everyone knows what we are doing. After everything is agreed, the CGIs are agreed, all the finishes for the furniture, all the fabrics, the rugs, everything. Okay, everything is agreed, so let's do a quotation. So we do a detailed quotation per room, and then the total amount is there, and that total amount is according with the initial budget that the client gave us. What can happen during the process is that usually our clients have good taste. So sometimes at the beginning they saying, I want to spend these amounts. And when they come for the meeting for the finishes, they look at some rugs and they say, but I prefer that rug. Yeah, but that rug is more expensive than the rugs we are presenting you. And the rugs, they are all over. So that's something that will increase a lot the price. Oh yes, but please give me the 2 quotations. Okay, so what happens sometimes is that we have 2 quotations. We have one quotation based on the initial budget the client gave us, but with the rugs that we suggested. And then we say, okay, the rugs that you liked, they are in this quotation as well, the fabric for the curtains. So, and then there is a difference cost, and the client usually what happens in the end is that they do a mix. So they'd say, okay, from the first quotation, please go ahead with this, but we still want our luxury rugs and we still want our luxury fabric for the curtains. So they do like a kind of mix. This is what happens, and then, okay, we agree on the quotation, then our financial department starts deal with the client, issue the deposit invoice, client pays, and after the client pays, we have our orders department that they just do orders. So after the quotation is paid, they start ordering everything, and usually after they order, minimum, after the orders goes to the suppliers, minimum we are speaking about, let's say, 3 months for the goods to arrive. When we do the orderings, we need to have all the technical drawings made, which means that when the client says, okay, I agree with this quotation, first thing we do is technical drawings for everything. So these coffee tables, they were done by us, it's our design. So we did them in a drawing, we picked the finish. This sofa, it's our design. So let's say, I don't know, 70% or 60% of all the furniture that we deliver, it's bespoke furniture. So it's made specially for that client. So with our drawings and with our finishes. So the drawings needs to be done. Then we send the package of the drawings of the sofa, dining table, coffee table, bedside tables, wall panelings, bookshelves, a cabinet, whatever you can think, a sideboard, whatever you can think, that we do all the technical drawings. We send the pack to the client. Some clients says we would like to have a meeting when you have the technical drawings done. Others, they say, we don't understand much about it, but we want to receive the drawings package so we can just have a quick look. Okay, so depends on that. We can have a meeting to explain all the drawings and we can do adjustments. So there are many things around the drawings of the bespoke furniture we do that are essential for the future daily day on the houses because everything is adapted for that specific client. So drawings done, approved, orders done. After the orders are done is like the 2-3 months minimum for things to arrive. We have 2 big warehouses in Lolé. So everything goes to Lolé. We have our logistics department in Lolé. They do quality control on all the goods we receive. And we have 2 different types of quality control. One is all the goods that we import from Europe and from other countries we import. So everything that arrives in our warehouse, they double check if everything is in condition, if it is not damaged, if it is the finish that was ordered, whatever. So everything is good, okay. They stay in like a rack for that specific project. If there is something that we need to complain to our supplier, then the piece goes back and comes again in perfect condition. This is one quality control we do. Another one is all the bespoke furniture we produce in the north of Portugal. And we just opened actually this week another office studio in the north. So we have now 3 offices. So Algarve, Quinta, Lago, we have Lisbon, and this week we just opened another one in the north. So we have an senior interior design that works with us for many, many years. She's based in the north, she's from the north, and what she does is she goes on a weekly basis to all the factories that we work with our technical drawings, and she is doing the control quality there, the quality control there, to make sure that everything is being produced based in what is in our drawings. So it's 2 different types of quality control. Then the goods comes, everything is in our warehouse. Usually the building works, they get delayed. This is usually. So we are expecting to do a house like first week of July, imagine. We have everything in the warehouse, and okay, it's not on the first week, it's on the third. Okay, it's delayed 2 months or 3 months or 5 months. That's fine. Our warehouses are there. We have everything there. So when the builder is ready, give us a notice of 2 weeks in advance, and we will organize our logistics to go and do the installation. Usually a house in Quinta or Lobo, I would say it takes like 2 weeks to do the full installation. So like 10 days, business days to do the installation. So we do the full installation. After it's done, usually we do a photo shoot for our portfolio, and the client can stay with everything he wants, like even dishes, towels, linen, so everything. He doesn't need to buy anything because we can do everything for him. That's the process. If we are not involved in any architectural design process, then we just do furniture. Imagine the house will be ready in 3 months, and the client contacts us saying in 3 months the house is ready. Okay, minimum we can do, the full process is 5 months, because just to order and receive the goods, it's like 3 months, and minimum, let's say 2 months to do the concept, agree with the client, adjustments, quotation. This is the minimum. So let's say 5 months minimum to do a full house. The process is the same. The only thing is that we are receiving less goods, which means that we can gain because sometimes there are articles that take longer and we need to take on count with it. So let's say that maybe not much less than that. Let's say maybe 4 months, but not much less than 4 months and a half. They don't have the notion of the size of the furniture many times, which means that imagine a very big living room, the size of the sofa that they buy is not appropriated many times, and they don't realize that how empty the space will look or things like this. Another thing is that many times they don't realize that, imagine, things they are buying will not go through the stairs, or they need something to hang from the outside to put it on a rooftop. So they don't think about this. When goods arrive, then they, okay, but how can I do it? So we are used to work with many architectures around here in Lisbon and in Porto. In general, we have really good relations with the architects, but it's good from the beginning to agree between us, the architect and the client, what is our role, what is the architect's role. So there are some architects that they really like us to be involved in all the finishes, and they actually ask us to do the execution project. So the execution project is all the ceiling plans, the electrical plans, the bathroom elevations, kitchen elevations, because they know that we will do it with detail because we are interior designers. So there are other architects that they don't like so much that we are involved on picking the finishes. That's fine. So in that case, just adding our furniture and saying to the architect, okay, These are the changes you need to do on your electrical plan in order to fit with our layout. So it's different kind of collaborations, depends on the client, depends on the kind of architect that it's involved and on the project. Let's say that in average, like 60 to 70% of the full project is made in Portugal. Okay, there are certain clients that says, no, I want my house all Minotti, or I want my house all Polyform, or whatever. So in that case, then we will buy the brands that the client is more inspiring with, or Purada. Now we are doing a house in Val do Lobo, it's mainly Purada. So in that case, if that's the client's expectations, then we go through the brands. So in that case, we don't have so much bespoke, but maybe like 40%, because even the sofas, whatever, most part of them they are. So it's around that. The lighting, mainly it's all imported, decorative pieces, imported as well, brands. So outdoor furniture, always imported. So we don't produce any outdoor furniture. I can tell you, I was now in the last Milan fair, and there is a brand that they say they are the most comfortable sofas in the world. So I wanted to go, and I just sat in all sofas. And after that I said, my God, if this is the most comfortable sofa in the world, I don't understand so much. I think we have fantastic factories in the north. If we pick the right foams, you can have a really good sofa, bespoke sofa, by half of the price. That's the advantage. So when we do everything in the north of Portugal, the price advantage is amazing, comparing with brand international prices. So that's the most advantage, is that one. And also another one is that when we do bespoke, we do everything we want. So if the sideboard should have like 3 meters, sometimes the brands, they have 2 meters 50. And we have to stay with the 2 meters 50 because it's the size of the brand. But if we do it, we do the drawing, so it's 3 meters. That's the perfect size for that wall. So it's also that advantage that we have when we produce pieces made and designed by us. The trends that I think are nowadays, it's more through the natural materials, natural finishes. And I think everyone is a little bit tired of everything that is shiny, goldish, too much ostentation. It's not what people is looking in nowadays. So I think that's the trend at the moment, and that's what we do in our projects. In terms of the technologies that you mentioned, I think is what we can do here is using the automation home. So everything that is related with the domotic, so controlling everything that you can think in your house. So imagine you are in the UK, you want to come in 1 week, so you say, okay, 3 days before you can just switch your pool pump, or 24 hours switch on the air conditioning, so you can control your house wherever you are, which makes your life much more easier than before. And also other kind of mechanisms like the car's platforms, where you can have your car in the garage and the platform can just rotate. So things like this, I think they are quite interesting in terms of mechanisms and automations in the house. I would like to say that what we love to do is, and we think that is the trend at the moment, is the slow living, and also the unpretentious style to live on. So that's something that we think it's happening in nowadays because of all the stress life that everyone lives and running from here to there, all the technology. So everyone wants to arrive in a house and breathe deeply and have the calm that finally they find at the end of the day, after a busy day. So we always charge a design fee to work in any project. The design fee always depends what we are doing. If we are doing the architectural interior design, or just interior design in terms of furniture. So depends on that, but usually most part of our projects we do both. So that's the goal, and this is what happens in general. So depends on the house and depends on the detail that the client wants to go through. We are charging between 80 to 120 euros per square meter, but depends in actually what we have to do and the details and the timing, everything. So we need to look at the plans and have an idea. So that's what we charge. We charge that to do the full project, and this is the first phase. Second phase is the delivery of the furniture. So then is that the second phase we do quotation, a full quotation, and that the price that the client is paying, imagine for a Minotti chair, is the same that if he buys here or if he buys in a shop in London. The advantage is that if he buys in a shop in London, it has to deal with the full process. If he buys with us, the chair will be in the house when he goes in. So the price that he pays here with us for any brand, outdoor brand, indoor brand, or whatever, is exactly the same as he would pay in a shop, not more. The advantage of doing the bespoke furniture is that the prices are much affordable in terms of comparing with the brands. So when we supply the furniture, yes, we are having a commission, because we don't, in our opinion, we don't charge a very high design fee, in our opinion. That's the design fee we charge is just to cover our staff costs, and then where we will earn more profit is when we deliver the furniture. My favorite project that we have done in Lobo and Quinta do Lago, actually it's two projects, and one of the reasons that I really loved the project is that the energy between us and the clients were amazing, and I think that's really important for the final result of the project. When you are dealing with clients that have the same kind of taste as you have, that trusts you in 100%, that just makes you do the design, just come to us, so everything flows really well. The expectations are the same, so everything combines together, and the final result is the best. So actually we have fantastic clients, and yeah, there are a couple of clients in Quinta that I would say I loved to work with them. And I just loved the feeling when we just delivered the house, to see their faces and how emotional they were, because they say this couldn't be better. So in the end, it's not just the style that is there, but is the energy you can feel along the project, and how enthusiastic you are along the full project, and how happy you are to work with those kind of clients. And in the end you say, okay, the result is amazing.
Thank you so much, Sofia, for sharing your expertise with us today.
Thank you, Rebecca. It was a pleasure.
Stay tuned for Liberty Insight interviews and tips from local experts. Explore more at libertyrealestate.pt. See you next time.